man is back.
Oh, okay, boys. Oh my gosh, the man got that stuff. This is a 5 out of freaking 5.
It is beat making time.
Next week is E3 week. My album comes out next week.
I have the leopard. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? But look at that, my God.
This is your boy.
All right, ladies and gentlemen of the YouTube citizens, y'all know who this is. This is your boy Dash to try and find out. Back at it with another Pokemon Unite commentary video gameplay for you guys, and I'm actually disappointed about this topic right here. So, what are we talking about? We are back on Assassin's Creed Shadows. Yes, we are back to this. Now, you're probably wondering, why? Why are we back on this? So, I covered this a while back because people were hating on the fact that there's going to be a black samurai that was one of the two leading characters in this game, and people were, you know, people in general were questioning the legitimacy of this character. Like, yo, why is he in this game as the main character? Why is he in this timeline? There were no black people in Japan doing this timeline, and obviously that was not the case. Like, this dude who is based off of a real person that was in Japan around this time as a samurai, yeah, that's legit. There's books about him, there's an anime about him, there's historical records about him. So ever since then, ever since I came out with that video, I'm not saying I'm responsible for smartening up you people, but ever since that video came out, that conversation died down. So y'all can take that for as you will, but sometime after that, a new controversy came up. A new conversation was started, but not with people in general. It was just with people in Japan. Yes, now the Japanese are complaining. Why? Not because of the historical facts or whatever. They're not questioning that. No, they know that it's legit. They know that there was a black samurai in Japan back in the day. They're not questioning the legitimacy of that. No, their issue rather is the fact that he's in the game as the main character, pretty much. So let me give you guys this article from GamesRadar.com entitled Assassin's Creed Shadows Debate Somehow Reaches Japanese Government Ministries, who reportedly remind everyone that historical fiction isn't really their concern at all. So there you go with that. And underneath that it says, no, the Japanese government isn't investigating Ubisoft's game. And I'm like, okay, the game, I guess we're kind of hard for them to investigate the game when the game, one, ain't out yet, and two, I doubt the government would get an early copy of that, and three, I'm not even sure there's even early copies that exist at this moment in time. I could be wrong on that, but who knows? But let's get on with the article. So it states, contrary to online speculation and reports, Assassin's Creed Shadows is not the subject of heated debate amongst the Japanese government. Okay, so that's interesting. Senkai reports that NHK, I don't know what NHK stands for, but whatever. NHK Party representative Satoshi Hamada formally asked Japanese government ministries to comment on Assassin's Creed Shadows. Hamada reportedly cites concerns over historical inaccuracies featured in the new Ubisoft game. Responding, the Japanese Foreign Ministry said it simply wasn't their concern, while the Education Ministry offered a boilerplate response to Hamada, saying that a game shouldn't violate, and I'm quoting here, or the article is quoting here, public order and morals, or morals actually, end quote. The Education Ministry states further, read that, and I'm quoting again here, careful handling is required if there are suspicion of content that violates public order and morale, end quote. While some consider the exchange a big deal, Kana University of International Studies lecturer Jeffrey J. Hall, that sounds like an English name, but okay, points out on Twitter that questions like Hamada's are more often performative than not. What's more, the NHK Party is so small, it's virtually insignificant in the grand scheme of Japanese politics. The group's status as a political party was revoked earlier this year in January when the Otsu's Ring, how you pronounce that, O-T-S-U, the Otsu's Ring of the National Diet expelled 2 members. Diet? Oh, okay. Moving on. The Japanese Education Ministry responds it being viewed as something major when in reality, It pertains to game releases that features excessive violence or nudity as per Hall. This line of thought saw Dead Space banned from release in Japan, for example. Oh, okay. Or more recently, the Callisto Protocol denied permission to release back in late 2022. Oh, wow, I didn't know that. Okay, interesting. Therefore, the Japanese Education Ministry likely isn't investigating Assassin's Creed Shadows anytime soon because it simply has no precedent or precedent for doing so, while the wider Japanese government have shown no interest whatsoever in entertaining Representative Hadama's questions. And then, check this out. Ubisoft just recently apologized for causing concern among some Assassin's Creed Shadows Japanese fans, writing that the game was continually evolving to perfect inaccuracies like flags and architecture until launch. It also wrote that whether protagonist Yasuke, that's his name, the black dude, was a samurai was open to debate, despite multiple Japanese scholars insisted that he very much was a samurai. So there you go with that. So, and then we could, I guess, on that note, we can look at that article as well. Right, in terms of the fact that they actually apologized. So let's check this out real quick. Assassin's Creed developer Ubisoft has responded to criticism of its historically accuracy in a message to its Japanese players, reminding everyone that, and we're quoting here, while we strive for authenticity in everything we do, Assassin's Creed games are a work of fiction inspired by real historical events and figures, end quote. Assassin's Creed Shadows has been fluid over the past few months. It's been the center of a heated debate over whether protagonist Yasuke really was a samurai, and he was. So again, that's where that first video of mine came to play. On top of that, Ubisoft has also apologized for the unauthorized use of a flag in Shadows concept art and has said it won't be using a particular flag design in the future. Now, in the post below today, and by today, this is July 23rd, by the way, Ubisoft pins a message to its Japanese players explaining the creative process behind some key decisions. And then, yeah, obviously, I guess they basically quoting what they said in that Twitter post. And here we go. First and foremost, Shadow is designed to be an entertaining video game, Ubisoft writes, saying none of these Assassin's Creed games have ever intended as factual representations of history, but rather to spark curiosity about history. Ubisoft also acknowledges that promotional material have caused concern within the Japanese community. Why? I have no idea, but okay. It doesn't specify which material has caused concern, but it does write that all gameplay footage we have seen so far is a work in progress and will keep evolving until launch later this year on November 15th. Finally, and perhaps most pointedly, Ubisoft addresses the backlash against Yasuke's description as a samurai. Whether Yasuke was, and in fact, a samurai during the Sengoku era is a hotly debated topic. For over the last few weeks and months, experts on the field have stated firmly that Yasuke was a samurai, including Japanese historian Yu Hirayama on Twitter. However, Ubisoft writes in his new message that it knows whether Yasuke was a samurai is a matter of debate and discussion. Ubisoft further adds that because so little is known about Yasuke's life, he was an ideal candidate to work with Assassin's Creed creative license and how it incorporates fantasy elements into the series. Ubisoft CEO, I'm not even going to try to pronounce that name, so we're just going to say Ubisoft CEO recently denounced hateful acts towards Shadows developers over Yasuke. A veteran Resident Evil and Street Fighter developer, Yoshiki Okamoto, said that the backlash to Shadows was overblown because it's a game, it's fantasy, it's not real. And I'm like, exactly. So I think it's like really messed up that they tripping out. The Japanese folks are tripping out because there's a black guy in the game. That's how I'm taking it as. There's a black guy in the game because I'm like, yo, that y'all should know at this point that this dude is real. Like this dude, he did exist back in the day in Japan. And as I said in the other video, he got there's other materials of entertainment and media out on this guy. So again, there was an anime series based on this guy that's on Netflix. He got books, So I'm like, why y'all tripping over this one dude? That's my question. Why are y'all tripping over this one dude? Like, to me, it makes no sense. And it leads to people, or let me be more specific. It leads to African Americans to believe that the Japanese folks are racist. And here's my take on all this. First of all, I think it's pretty much dumb that we are at the point where people are complaining about a black guy being a lead character in another video game. I'm like, bruh, let it go. It's happening, bruh. It's been happening for a while. Just let it breathe and let it go. And if you don't want to play the game, then don't get the game. It's that simple. But don't make a big fuss about it in terms of, oh, don't put him in the game. Put somebody else in the game. Put an Asian dude in the game. I'm like, bro, y'all got an Asian chick. Like, it's not like he's the only main character. There's two main characters. You got the black guy and the Asian chick. And I'm like, bruh, again, let it breathe. Like, how many games that we had that are, based in Japan, dealing with samurais and ninjas and stuff like that, and the lead character is an Asian male? Like, there's been a few of them already. So I'm like, bruh, how about y'all take a break from that? And that's what Assassin's Creed is doing here. Taking a break from that, even though they never released a Japanese, a game that took place in Japan, even though we've been asking for it for years, and at this point, probably a decade. But they're doing something different from everybody else, because everybody else, Asian male, Asian male, Asian male. Now, I'm not trying to say it's the same as white male, right male, right male. Oh, guys, don't get me started on that one. But with Assassin's Creed Shadows, they're doing something different. So let them breathe. Let them breathe. And again, if you and again, like I said, you don't have to play the game. It's not like people associate Japan with Assassin's Creed, because I don't. I haven't heard anybody, talk about, oh, Assassin's Creed is popular in Japan. I haven't heard that statement come from anybody. So I'm like, why y'all complaining about now? Why y'all complaining about this Assassin's Creed game now? Because it's taking place in Japan? Because one of the main characters is a black guy? Like, are y'all serious? Are y'all serious? And again, it leads to the speculation that Japanese are racist. Now, despite that narrative, on a personal level, I have been to Japan twice. And I haven't gotten that vibe. I haven't gotten, confronted, or there was no incidents in terms of, oh, you can't be here because you're black or something like that. Like, no, there was no racism that was directed towards me. Now, but at the same time, it could be one of those, oh, we're gonna smile your face, but in reality moments, or behind the shadows moments, rather. So that could be a thing. But in terms of what I experienced while I'm in Japan, I never experienced racism. And despite this latest fiasco, I still have plans of going back to Japan, because to me, in my opinion, Japan's the best country on the planet. And my all-time favorite place to go to is Kyoto. It is amazing over there. So I have plans of going back. So am I going to say, oh, is racist over there? No, I'm not going to say that. Even though there have been videos that have been out there talking about that, as a topic. But at the end of the day, I don't think so. I think they were just some Japanese folks being petty and wanted things to be done their way again. And don't get me started on that when it comes to media and entertainment companies like Square Enix, like Nintendo, and like some of these anime companies. Don't get me started on that notion. But that's my thoughts on all this. Y'all just need to basically STFU, shut the fuck up, and let the game come out. And if you want to play the game, play the game. If you don't get the game and just shut up. And that's it. And I'm going to call it a wrap. So with all that said, y'all know who this is. This is the boy New J Gatsby, a.k.a. New Steve Nate Smith, saying peace out, y'all, and I'll see y'all next time. Yeah.